Regret is the emotional pain created by looking backward and imagining that a different choice, action, or response might have produced a better outcome. It is deeply connected to memory, responsibility, and the human ability to imagine alternative realities. The mind does not simply remember what happened. It creates a comparison between what happened and what could have happened. This imagined alternative can become emotionally powerful, sometimes more powerful than the original event itself. A person may repeatedly revisit a decision, relationship, missed opportunity, mistake, or moment of silence and mentally reconstruct different possibilities. The painful question is not only what happened, but what might have happened if something had been different. Regret therefore exists between reality and imagination. It can arise from actions taken as well as actions avoided. Sometimes people regret what they did, while other times they suffer because they never acted when they had the opportunity. This makes regret particularly difficult, because the mind can become trapped in an unchangeable past while continuing to search for a version of events that no longer exists. Psychological regret is often intensified by hindsight. Once the outcome is known, earlier decisions can appear obviously wrong, even though the person did not possess the same information at the time. The mind forgets uncertainty and judges the past using knowledge acquired afterward. This can create excessive self-blame and the illusion that a different decision should have been obvious. The deeper psychology of regret is connected to the human desire for control. By replaying the past, the mind attempts to discover the exact point where everything went wrong. This creates the feeling that understanding the mistake deeply enough might somehow prevent the pain from happening again. In moderation, regret can be useful because it encourages reflection, responsibility, and behavioral change. It can reveal values that were neglected and clarify what truly matters. But when reflection becomes repetitive rumination, regret stops producing insight and begins producing emotional punishment. The person may repeatedly revisit the same memories without discovering anything new. They may punish themselves for decisions made by a younger, less experienced version of themselves, forgetting that the person making that decision did not possess today's knowledge. Healing from regret requires acknowledging what could genuinely have been done differently while accepting what can no longer be changed. Responsibility can coexist with self-compassion. A mistake can be recognized without turning it into a permanent identity. Sometimes the most important lesson hidden inside regret is not that the past must be corrected, but that the present can still be influenced. If a relationship was neglected, future relationships can receive greater attention. If fear prevented an opportunity, future choices can become more courageous. If a mistake caused harm, appropriate accountability and changed behavior can give the experience meaning. The past cannot be rewritten, but its psychological significance can evolve. Regret becomes destructive when it demands impossible repayment from the present for something that happened in the past. It becomes constructive when it transforms memory into wisdom. The deepest form of acceptance is not believing that every decision was correct. It is understanding that every decision was made from a particular version of yourself, with particular knowledge, fears, limitations, and desires. You cannot return to that moment, but you can become someone who carries its lesson without carrying its punishment forever. Sometimes healing begins when you stop asking how to become the person who made a different choice and start becoming the person who makes a wiser choice now.